This is the 2018 Audi S5 Sportback. Now here's a question for you. How much love do you think I have for this car? If you said lots, you'd be dead wrong, because it's lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. In my opinion, anything with a hatch is absolutely sexy. I give you, ladies and gentlemen, the Audi A5 Sportback. No, you're right. You noticed it too, eh? This is an S5 Sportback. Okay, let's do the quick walk around, eh? Yeah, those 19-inch wheels to die for. Front end, subtle, elegant, beautiful, all business. Look at the lines in the hood. I love what Audi's done there. They're actually using this design element in the new A7, the new A8. That sloping roof line, which has its advantages and disadvantages. And those caps on the mirror. So much style, such beauty. Oh, and one of the dead giveaways would be the tailpipes in the back. Little integrated spoiler. Gorgeous car. You want an A5, you gotta spend just over $46,000. You want an RS5, only available as a coupe though. That's kind of unfortunate, but that's just me. $82,500. Maybe one day Audi will reconsider and offer it in the Sportback. Now, if you do want a Sportback, let's take a step back for a second here. $61,500 base price. If you want this car, it's got every option in the book. $76,000. Now this is the Sportback. This is why it works on so many levels, because it's sleek on the outside and it's got a really deep trunk. There's even an echo when I get in here. Is that nuts? That's deep. It'll fit golf bags and all of the above. That sloping roof line, there is a downside. Getting in and out could be a little bit difficult, and if you're anywhere over, say, 5 feet 10 inches tall, you'll have very little headroom. Elbow room is okay, leg room is very good, but you're not going to get 3 adults across. But your buns will be nice and warm. That is an option in this car. Let's look in the front. The seats, yes. Oh, this diamond quilted leather in gray is so slick and shiny. It reminds me of vinyl. It is not, I promise you, but I love the look. Speaking of loving things, heated and massaging seats. Oh, well, on the subject of heated, the flat bottom steering wheel is unbelievable. Small, great grip, but it's not heated. If you want the heated option, you gotta go for the regular brown steering wheel. Call me difficult. I don't know what to tell you. The virtual cockpit. More cars I drive, the more cars I drive with this, the more I absolutely love it. You have this 8 and change inch screen up top. Let's see, right there we go. Radio, all kinds of displays. Of the displays, Audi Drive Select, which is standard on this car. Your MMI, another option is this carbon fiber inlay, which is maybe a little too glossy for my taste, but I'm complicated like that. Satellite radio, navigation, all these things are part of this car. You can see the heads up, that's an option. Always very useful, especially if you're going on long drives. Most of the equipment that explain the price are part of the drive, and I'm gonna go over that right now. Okay, I've only got like a half second before traffic comes. Check this out. 1 turn, 2 turns, 2 turns, lock to lock. Quick steering, yes please. This has Audi dynamic steering, which is one of the many options featured on this car. And I'm in comfort right now of the many modes for the Audi Drive Select, so it gets even sharper as you move along. Anyhow, so what consists of an S5? Well, that's a 3-liter turbocharged V6 that puts out power, lots of it. 369 pound-feet at just over idle, like 1,370 RPM, will hold all the way to 4,500 RPM. Then comes the horsepower, 354, from 5,400 RPM to 6,400. That makes for a very quick car, thanks in good part also to the 8-speed automatic transmission, which in all the time that I've spent at the wheel of this car in the last week has not once made a mistake. And I can be a little wavy with the throttle, if you will. Yeah, so on paper, this car does or will reach 100 kilometers per hour in only 4.8 seconds, which sounds quick, isn't that quick, but feels much faster than that when you do put the hammer down. Again, of the many options on this car, this one has the Audi Sport differential for the Quattro in the rear, which is another fancy way of saying that it has a form of torque vectoring. Power can be sent left to right, so going on an on-ramp or an off-ramp or any kind of bend with the quick steering, my goodness, hang on, because the car is and will make you move around if the inputs are way too sharp. It also has the optional sport suspension, the S Sport suspension, which consists of adaptive dampers. I love adaptive dampers. There are options such as the TTRS, which has a sport suspension which removes adaptive dampers, but in a big executive saloon with 5 doors like this one, they're wonderful. Currently I'm in normal drive mode and the ride is plush, comfortable. It does get a little bit noisy-ish in the car, but that makes you feel like you're involved, and I think that's the biggest difference between, say, even an S4 and an S5. There's a little bit more of a connected feel to this car. So I'm on the highway, I'm cruising about. Let's play with the Drive Select. Comfort is fine. Auto's brilliant as always. It sorts everything out for you. Dynamic, which just downshifted a gear, is fun, but not ideal for our roads. Hence why, as always, individual is the way to go. Essentially everything is set to dynamic, including steering, and that took a little while for me to get used to it because it's so damn quick. But don't get me wrong, or don't think that the dampers are in dynamic. They are in comfort. So what does that mean? Torque, horsepower, speed, lots and lots of speed. Lots and lots of speed, and an incredible planted feeling. And I am only in comfort mode with the dampers. There's one more thing you can do to increase the response, and that would be to move the transmission in sports, and then you're getting the full power experience, the full response. The V6 effortlessly produces its power, and you are absolutely cruising at way beyond the legal speeds. But it's never dramatic. It's always just, it's so efficient. It's like the car is just doing its thing. What an unbelievable automobile. There's a lot of tire noise, a little bit of wind noise. I did do a lot of highway driving, and that's where this car excels, I think, the most. When everything is left in reasonable modes, you can average an insanely low fuel consumption number. 1,300 kilometers is what I traveled, a lot of it highway, and on the highway, at speed slightly above the speed limit, I was averaging well under 9 liters per 100 kilometers. Overall, I'm doing well under 10. That kind of power, that kind of comfort, that kind of refinement, you do have to pay a little bit of, slight price for that, but you are getting an Audi with an unbelievably gorgeous dash, fantastic massaging seats. There you go. What a brilliant, brilliant car. Executive saloon with 5 doors.